So I should take a minute and explain Rochester Draft to those of you who may be listening over the internet who haven't really seen this before. The way Rochester Draft works, each player opens 3 packs up over the course of the tournament, and all the packs are laid face up on the table. And then the players take their turns drafting the cards that they want from the pack that's face up on the table. So after 24 packs, you get a lot of information. You know everything that everyone else drafted. You get to draft your deck sort of reacting to the cards that the other people have selected. And the packs that we'll be using for this tournament, are, of course, are all Mirrodin packs. So 20 packs of Mirrodin, everybody selects, drafts the cards for their deck, and then build up those decks and play with them.
Yeah, well, Rochester Draft is actually a lot different than Booster Draft. I mean, it's a lot about diplomacy, how you set up yourself in the draft, how you make your position going on, like maybe take an inferior card to the better card to get the better color. It's like a lot of meta drafting in the draft, which is pretty exciting to watch. Yeah, no, the diplomacy is a big part of it. A lot of people think Rochester is the politics format. Yeah. That since you're drafting the cards face up and everybody sees what you're drafting, you know, your neighbors know whether you're taking the cards that they wanted. And the good players understand, okay, here are the cards I want, here are the cards he wants. You know, a good player should be able to know who wants each card in the pack. And sometimes you see a little hate drafting. That can get fun. Oh, yeah, that's the fun of Rochester, when things don't go as planned. Like if someone makes a pick and that angers you, and you try to backfire him. There was actually a little bit of tension yesterday between Mike Turian and Anton Janssen. Oh. Yeah, Anton was sitting on Mike's left, and in each of the 2 drafts that were held on day 2 of the tournament, Anton hate drafted a card that was going straight into Mike's deck that Anton had no intention of playing. So it was about halfway through the draft, and a pack came up where there was a crystal shard sitting there, which is one of the best uncommons in the set. Oh, yes, definitely. Mike Turian was playing a blue-black deck. It was perfect for his deck. Anton Janssen was in red-green, and Anton, it was his second pick. So I forget what card went first out of the pack, but Anton decided, you know, there's really not a whole lot for me here. I'm just going to hate draft this crystal shard. And Turian was not happy. I mean, most of the good Rochester players play friendly with their neighbors. Well, I am certain that Anton didn't plan to play it. It's splashable in like almost every deck. That's what Anton said after the draft. Yeah. And he was thinking, you know, maybe I'll sneak in the blue. The thing was, he was halfway through the draft, and he was not in that color. So there is some chance he was going to take it. But so in the second draft, they ended up seated in the same place again. It was Mike Turian in the 2 seat, Anton in the 3 seat. And this time it was a Megatog. And Anton was in green, and Megatog is double red. It's really hard to splash Megatog. But Anton decided there really wasn't much for his deck there, so he took the Megatog that would otherwise have gone straight into Turian's deck. There was a little bit of tension there. Mike wasn't real happy. I mean, Mike's a really nice guy. You can rarely ever see him angry at anybody, but there was a little flash of it. Anyway, Rochester Draft, definitely interesting the way the politics of the format play out. What's your take? Do you think it's a skill testing format, or do you think it's all about the politics? This is like the best draft format in years, in my opinion. I love Mirrodin only. I really do love it. Like, I wasn't a big fan of the last format. Like, more wasn't my kind of thing. Okay. Like people loved it. I see it. Well, it's pretty good. I love this set. The best common is a Spike Shot Goblin, in my opinion, which is fairly weak for the best common in the set. Like we had, interesting. Like we had commons like Timberwatch Elf and Sparksmith. So I do love this format. Fair enough. So, for those of you who haven't really checked out the coverage, the way this weekend worked, we had 340 players. They played 15 rounds over the course of Friday and Saturday, 5 different drafts, and then 3 rounds per draft. The top 8 players who advanced are Farid Merengi, Nicolai Herzog, Olivier Ruel, Mike Turian, Camille Cornelissen, Osamu Fujita, Ao Paquette, and Anton Janssen. And quite a selection of talent there. The way this morning is going to work, those players will be randomly seated around the draft table. So in the past, we've actually used seedings to determine who was going to play who in the quarterfinals and where people were going to sit around the draft. But for this event, it's a little different. It's basically random around the table, and then in the quarterfinals, everybody will play the person who's seated across the table from them. So, I don't know, do you think this changes the strategy at all, like not knowing who you're going to draft with or draft against? Or? Well, I don't think that. It prevents a lot of things that went on before the draft normally, like people trying to make arrangement in the Rochester draft. Like this is pretty good. I like this. Like, Camille's going to have the first pick over who? Right, Camille Cornelissen was the number 1 seed at the end of the Swiss, so he gets to decide where he's going to sit at the table. Yeah. Why don't you explain why that's important? Well, like for example, having the first seed means you have to make a decision without knowing anybody else's decision. So, right. So what you do is you give away information. Like, so if you have first pick, first pack, you don't know anything about what anybody else wants.
you take one card, and then the draft sort of passes you.
Yeah, exactly. And if you like late, like assume 8th position, like you do not have a decision at all, because like the pack is already thinned out before it went to you.
Sure.
And then you have to draft like maybe not a good card at all. Like it's not sure if you can make a statement in the 8th position at all.
So what do you think is the best seed?
I think like 4th is the best seed.
4th?
4th or 5th. Like exactly, because like 4th makes you open and go to the 1 seed, and 5th to the 8th seed.
Yeah, one interesting thing, since they know they're playing the person across from them here, in whatever you consider, there's something to be said for putting your opponent in the worst seat. So one thing Camille might do, like maybe he doesn't care that much between 3 or 4 or 5, but he knows his first round opponent is going to be sitting across from him, so if he thinks 8 is the worst seed, he can put his opponent there. If he thinks 1 is the worst seed, he can put his opponent there. Yeah,
and I think he will do it. I heard that Camille is like a fan of drafting green.
Yeah, he's drafted red-green every time I've watched him.
But I think like the seed 4 is pretty good for green, because like green is not considered the best color in the format.
Okay.
Like the most red comments are considered to be better.
Right.
So it's very likely that the first guy is picking a red card, maybe the second guy a white card. So he might ending up green on the 4th seed anyway, which like suited his strategy very well.
So if you get the best green card 4th pick out of the first pack, then that's perfect.
That would be perfect for him. That would be a really good start.
Interesting. I actually like sitting late in the draft. I mean, back when I was still playing, I had a lot of success with like the 7th seed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, the thing I found is that you get to watch what people commit to their colors and then react. So, like, the dream scenario that happens is, like, say the 3 seed forces a color, and then 4, 5, and 6 all back out because they watch the 3 seed aggressively force a color. You can just ride along behind the 3 seed, get into that color directly across the table from him, and then you've got three people next to you who just aren't drafting that color. 2/3 of the packs are funneling through you where you're getting first picks out of those packs. It doesn't always work out, but I think the best Rochester drafts I ever had were in the 7th seat, where I get to watch everybody sort of fight over colors at the beginning, and then however it worked out, whatever was left undrafted, I would just get into that color.
Yeah, well, I think this is true for very, 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 very much all of the other formats. But this is mirrored in. Mirrored in is like a set of artifacts. So like your color choice doesn't matter that much, in fact.
Okay. So maybe it's different here, just because the colors aren't really...
Like some decks have like over 50% artifacts in the deck. So the colors is only not that important, really.
Interesting. So yeah, maybe the colors aren't as important here because of the artifacts.
Yeah.
Yeah, should be ready to start the draft soon. So soon the players will filter in, and when they take up their seats, we'll take a moment to introduce you to each of them. So if you're Camille, you draft 4?
I draft 4.
You draft 4, you put your opponent in the 8?
Yeah.
We shall see. Who's your pick to win this thing?
Like, I want Anton to win this thing.
You want Anton to win, or you think he's going to win?
Like Anton did so much Magic online.
Yeah.
Like he was insane. He was like on an every day for 6 or 8 drafts. Like he said he was in Sweden. It was cold outside. He didn't want to go outside. Like the only time he went outside was to buy food, actually.
Interesting.
It seemed that Anton has a bit financial problems. He searched for a job, for like a random clerk job or something like that.
Yeah, I heard him say he only wins at Magic when he's hungry.
Yeah.
He's been living the life of a professional Magic player, but he hasn't had a real good result in about a year. So he really needs the money.
Anton was off the train, I think, though.
Yeah. He had a dry stretch for a while, but yeah, now he's literally hungry. Like needs to win money for a sandwich hungry. So that definitely seems to have inspired him this weekend. Most people I've talked to have picked Anton as the guy to watch. He's the guy who seems the most prepared. Everyone noticed all this Magic Online drafts he was in. Literally, 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, just draft.
Yeah, Magic Online changed like the draft format a lot. Like a lot of people did put a lot of work into draft. Like there are so many people that do like 100 drafts before Pro Tour.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned that 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like people were considered prepared with like 20 drafts. They were really prepared for the format.
Sure.
That's nothing.
The other choice I've heard a lot of people make, I mean, Anton is, most people I've talked to have him picked as the most likely to win, but maybe the sentimental pick is Mike Turian.
Yeah, obviously. Like Mike is a fan of everybody. Everybody's a fan of Mike.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's just a good guy, good player.
But then the story with Mike that not maybe those of you in the internet haven't heard yet, his fiance has accepted a job with Wizards of the Coast. She's going to be helping to program Magic Online. So Mike has 1 semester of school left, but then come this May, he's going to being out, moving to Seattle, and moving in with his fiance, which means that he's then ineligible for the Pro Tour. If you're the way the DCI rules work, anyone who is the immediate family of a Wizards of the Coast employee can't play on the Pro Tour.
Yeah, I heard it.
That means that Mike becomes ineligible once he makes the move to Seattle. So he's got this Pro Tour and 2 more, and then he's got to retire.
Well, it's fine. I mean,
it's not like this is a big controversy or a big issue. I mean, the rules are the rules, and Mike has shown no hesitancy. I mean, what was it? I talked to him, and he said, I like the Pro Tour. The Pro Tour is great, but I like Rachel more. Rachel Reynolds is Mike's fiance, the person who's now programming Magic.
And a wonderful person too.
Yeah, they're both great people, and just kind of an interesting angle that Mike has to retire. He's played just about every Pro Tour since 1997. He's the veteran of this entire top 8 I didn't count him up exactly, but about 40 Pro Tours under his belt. He's been here forever. So, love is stronger than magic, I suppose. He had actually never made the top 8 of an individual limited Pro Tour. He's had 2 team Pro Tour top 8s, and he's a Pro Tour champion on Potato Nation.
Yeah.
But I actually had this conversation with him right before the tournament, sort of asking him, did he have any regrets? Did he miss anything? And he said he always wanted to make top 8 of an individual limited Pro Tour. Oh. That was like the one thing he really wanted to do before he could hang him up.
Yeah.
And so now he's done it.
Well, those are the 2 I picked too, like Mike or Anton. Those are the 2 I personally vote for.
Fair enough.
Like, it's always like like Fujita is really good, but it's always like the Japanese player, you don't know them that well.
True.
I mean, Fujita been on the Pro Tour for forever too.
That's actually an interesting story. Osamu Fujita does not have a very typical Japanese strategy. The thing that's been going on historically over the course of the Pro Tour, the Japanese players tend to draft a lot more colors. In Rochester draft, they're the ones who, I mean, at least the tradition, the stereotype, if you will, is that they'll just draft the best cards all the time, and they wind up with these 3-color decks and 4-color decks. And the Japanese players haven't had a lot of success at Rochester draft, but a lot of that is because of this hate drafting style. Players are sort of unhappy to see Japanese players next to them. But Osamu Fujita seems this weekend to have broken away from the typical Japanese strategy.
Yeah.
He's been drafting a much more sort of European or American draft style where, he's playing nice and he gets into his 2 colors and then he plays good politics, and that means that his neighbors are willing to pass him good cards in the draft.
Like overall, the Japanese strategy seems to be to draft white too. Like in all my drafts I had with the Japanese players, they wanted to draft white very badly. And then sort of like draft a white weenie deck, like with all Transfixers and Elders.
So the players are filtering up to the stage now, and Camille has done exactly what Marco said he should do. He's chosen the 4 seed. And the random seedings around the table, Camille's opponent in the first round will wind up in the 8th seat. That is Osamu Fujita. So the Japanese player that we were just talking about will wind up in the 8th seat where he gets the least ability to react.
So the next pick is of Farid. I'm curious what he's going to choose. I think he's going to choose...
Well, once Camille picks his, then everything is set. So
it is?
Camille's in the 4th seat. That means that Farid Merengue is next to him in the 5. Io Paquette is the 6th seat. Mike Turian gets the 7th spot. Osamu Fujita is in 8. Nicolai Herzog will be opening up the first pack. He's in the 1 seat. Anton Janssen is in 2. And then Olivier Ruel is the 3 seat.
Yeah.
So, Camille gets the 4. His neighbors, Olivier Ruel winds up in a pretty good seat. Farid Merengue winds up in a pretty good seat. The 2 French players. That's actually the only country that got doubled up in this top 8. 7 different countries represented, and France is the only country that put 2 players through. And they've got good seats, 3 and 5 for Ruel and Merengue.
Excellent seats for not choosing.
Nicolai Herzog gets the 1 seat. Do you think Nicolai has a color that he likes or anything in particular that he tries to force in the draft?
No, I haven't watched Nicolai at all. Like
seems to wind up with the green cards.
Yeah?
I know Mike Turian likes white.
Yeah, I don't.
We'll getting our camera set up now and our graphics, and we'll get you a chance to see these players who are going to be drafting. They're sitting down at the table now, and we'll take a spin around the table, introducing you to the guys who are going to be battling it out. He's in the far right. The way the pairings work out in the first round, it'll be Farid Merengue versus Nicolai Herzog. Olivier Ruel will be taking on Michael Turian. Camille will play Osamu Fujita, and Io Paquette, the Canadian rookie in his first Pro Tour ever, will be taking on Anton Janssen, the favorite. So there you get a good look at the table, the Rochester draft table. The players are gathered around. Sitting in the 1 seat, the first player I think we'll get you a close-up of is Nicolai Herzog. Herzog is 26 years old. Okay. Well, we'll start with Camille Cornelissen. There's Camille Cornelissen. He's the number 1 seed in this tournament. He had the best record at the end of 15 rounds. He is 22 years old, from the Netherlands, so he's also the hometown favorite. The only Dutch player to make the top 8. Playing in his 22nd Pro Tour, had an amazing season back in 2000, 2001, but hasn't put up a top 8. He's put up quality results since then, but not quite the top 8. So, sitting next to Camille is Farid Merengi. So Farid is a French player, 19 years old. Farid is from Paris, France, a professional Magic player and kind of a draft specialist. He won Pro Tour San Diego 2 years ago. That was not the most recent Rochester draft tournament, but the one before that. There you get a good look at Farid. Limited specialist, one of the younger players in the draft. At 19, only AO is younger, and at 8 Pro Tours, only AO has played in fewer. So the young guy, but the Pro Tour champion. So is he the only one here with it? Well, Mike Turian has the team championship, and then AO is the only other one with Farid is the only other person in the top 8 who's got a Pro Tour win, getting that in San Diego 2 years ago. How good is he, do you think?
Well, like he's drafting a lot, a lot. Like even before Magic Online came out, he was supposed to be the man on the planet who does the most drafts. Like.
Right. Yeah, he was doing a lot of drafts in Paris. He did live drafts. So next to Farid is A.O. Paquette. A.O. is from Vancouver, Canada, a city that has produced a lot of good Magic players over
the course of Canada Magic players.
And he's the latest. They say he's already one of the best 5 in Canada. 18 years old, from Vancouver, Canada. First Pro Tour ever. He did make a little bit of a splash on Magic Online. We've been talking a lot about Magic Online.
Yeah.
He's known there. He actually made the top 8 of the World's qualifier that we had
really?
last year. Yeah, that was Andrew Cuneo wound up winning that.
Yeah, Cuneo won. I watched the match too. It was a pretty good match.
Yeah, so Kuleo, I believe, was his nick on there. Next to AO is Mike Turian, the sentimental favorite here, perhaps. Mike is 24, from Pittsburgh. He's the only American player who made this top 8.
Yeah, well,
only player from the United States.
Like the American dominance is a bit over. Like 4 years ago, you were pretty used to have like 6 players from the US in the top 8, or 5 players from the US. It's now it equals out a lot. Like, I mean, like Fujita, for example, it's like a Japanese player. That's no big deal anymore. Like I remember, like 4 Pro Tours ago or 5 Pro Tours ago, when the Japanese busted out all the scenes and got the first top 8 overall, and
And this is now 5 individual Pro Tours in a row with a Japanese player.
Yeah, it's no big deal anymore.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. So yeah, we were saying Mike Turian. There you get a good look at him. Mike Turian, perhaps a sentimental favorite, an old teammate of mine. I may have trouble staying unbiased today. I'll do what I can. But yeah, Mike has played about 40 Pro Tours. This is his 4th top 8, 2 team top 8s, including the win with Potato Nation, and then a top 8 at Worlds in Toronto.
Yeah.
So definitely the veteran.
Like Mike is considered a limited specialist too. Like because Mike is known to play like small guys all the time.
He really likes white in this format.
Yeah, it's obviously small guys are Mike's thing. Like,
with the draft with the top 8 on the line yesterday, he had the second pick, and he took Raise the Alarm over Fangren Hunter.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
that sounds like Mike.
Guy. It does sound very, very, very much like Mike. So next to Mike is Osamu Fujita, sitting in the 8th seat. Osama is one of the veterans of Japanese Magic. They call him the 20th Century Boys. He's 25. He's from Kyoto. He's a part-time debugger of Game Boy games, but mostly what he does is he plays Magic.
Oh.
So mostly a professional Magic player, though he does a little work on the side, debugging games. Played about 15 Pro Tours. This is his first top 8. Has had a lot of success at Grand Prix. He's got 4 Grand Prix top 8 finishes. 2 as a member of teams, 2 as an individual. All of them second places.
Yeah.
4 second place finishes.
Oh.
So that's both good and bad.
So he's going to be eager to win a title for Japan.
Definitely. Yeah, no Japanese player has won the Pro Tour yet. They've now got their 5th top 8 in a row, but he could really put him over the top here. Sitting in the number 1 seat, Nicolai Herzog, 26, a professional Magic player from Oslo, Norway. The second most experience in this top 8. He's got 30 Pro Tours, and this is his 3rd top 8. We were talking about Rochester Draft. Nico finished 2nd at the last Rochester Draft Pro Tour. This is the Kai Buddha in the finals. Kai almost made this top 8. He was playing for top 8 in the last round, but Turian took him out. So Nico has the 1 seed. He'll be taking the first pick out of the first pack and hoping from there that it works out.
Yeah, well, maybe he gets lucky, bust a good rare or something.
Yeah, it'd be good. Sitting in the 2 seat, A.O. Paquette, 18 from Vancouver. We've talked a little bit about him. We'll try to get you a shot of him. He's sitting next to Nico.
Like Nico looks very focused.
Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't A.O. It's Anton Janssen. My apologies. Sitting in the 2 seat, Anton Janssen, the most practiced guy. He's been doing nothing but playing Magic. He's been drafting nonstop. He really needed to put up a good result here. He was going to be forced to go out and get a real job. I talked to him. He was saying, yeah, the last couple weeks I interviewed for a couple of really mediocre jobs. He clearly wants to live the lifestyle, wants to be a professional Magic player, and he's well on his way here.
Well, I mean, obviously the lifestyle of a Magic player is pretty nice. You travel a lot.
It's a good time.
Hang out with friends, and good money for playing a game you love.
Sure. 26 years old from Umeå, Sweden. 14th Pro Tour, 3rd top 8. And then the last player, Olivier Ruel. Second French player in the top 8. Olivier is 22 from Aubervilliers, France. Known as a member of one of the best teams at the early team draft days, Black Ops.
The Black Ops.
Second top 8 as an individual. He had finished second in Japan a couple years ago in Block Constructed. So he's taking a year off from school, living the life of a pro Magic player. Just doing nothing but playing Magic for a year. And then it's a nice way to take a year off, take a break.
Well, at first Olivier was known as the little brother or the big brother of Antoine Ruel, but now I think Olivier has bypassed Antoine in terms of achievement and skills. I think that Olivier is a better player overall.
All right, well, those are the competitors, and now we'll see the packs. We'll get ready for the draft, and this should be fun. First pack will be opened by Nicolai Herzog, and we'll get our spotter on the floor to cue the judge, and we'll get the draft started. Hopefully we'll be able to see the cards on the overhead shot. This should work out. We've done it before. Geese is the head judge, one of the taller head judges in Magic. I would attempt his last name, but I'm sure I'll butcher it. Now Nico leads over the table, and here comes the pack. Pack number 1, Molder Slug. Oh my. One of the best rares in the format, giant green monster. That's got to be Nico's pick here, right?
Yeah, obviously. Like his other choices are Mirror Enforcer, Telltale Archers, Green Card 2, Silver Mirror. This pack is actually pretty weak overall. It's got a bomb rare.
Yeah.
I mean, that is exactly what you want if you play player A.
Oh yeah, this is spectacular for Herzog. He gets to take an amazing card, and then it's not clear what happens after that.
Yeah.
What do you think happens after that? What do Anton and Olivier get? I guess Mirror Enforcer's pretty good.
Yeah, Mirror Enforcer.
Yeah, Herzog takes Molder Slug.
Then maybe the Silver
Mirror Enforcer indeed goes to Anton.
Yeah, Silver Mirror maybe now. Yeah. Now the Archers is my pick. Yeah.
There you go. So Camille got into green. That's what we were expecting him to do.
What he wants to. And now the pack is pretty empty overall.
So what happens with the rest of this pack? Are they signaling? What are they?
Yeah, I think like this, for example. Oh, he could have taken the striker to signal he wants to go red.
That was interesting. So what did Turian? That was Turian, right?
Yes.
Yeah, none of these cards are good, so all the players are doing is trying to signal the colors that they actually want to draw.
Yes.
I know Turian really likes white, and he likes white plus Berserkers. He just gets as many of the Berserkers, the little 3/2 haste guy in red as he can.
Draft.
Oh, this pick is dealt out.
All right, so here comes the second pack.
Yeah.
Anton Janssen will open this up. So far, he's got a Mirror Enforcer, so not a lot. Lays out
this
pack,
pack,
and what's he got?
I got the Charbelch as a rare.
Oh, another decent rare.
Oh, well.
Electrostatic Bolt is solid. Pyrite Spellbomb. It's all red.
Yeah.
Wall Blood's actually.
And I think Anton is big into red. Oh.
So what do you pick? Oh, I'm sorry. We're looking at the wrong pack.
Oh, a Platinum Angel. Another bomb rare. This pick.
Wow, Platinum Angel.
This draft is going well for the first two guys so far.
Still doesn't have a color either. He's got Platinum Angel and Mirror Enforcer.
That's perfect for
you don't need a color.
That's pretty perfect. Like a Mirror Enforcer and Platinum Angel.
Well, interesting. So Olivier took Deconstruct here. He's just ignoring the fact that Camille has signaled green, and he may draft green right into the teeth of Camille. That's a really unfortunate development for the Dutch player. Yeah?
Yeah, 5 earlier is pretty surprising for Deconstruct. Like, especially because Nicolai took a slug.
Right. So green is in seat 1 and 3 and 4 so far.
It's not going to work out.
Draft.
Now, the French players are also known for splashing 3 colors. Like, Black Ops back in the day would routinely play 3 different 3-color decks.
Yeah.
I mean, they seem to just, especially if they could get removal. And in this format, artifact removal counts. That's just as good as creature removal.
But it's pretty early in the draft. Like, and then you build up some hate from Camille. Like he's not going to ship any card easy to Olivier maybe yet now.
There's Anton Janssen, happy to get that Platinum Angel. So now Olivier opens up his pack.
And what do we see? Oh, we see a very good pack.
Yeah.
Like another bomb rare.
Continue.
The Imperial Plate.
Imperial Plate, that's an excellent piece of equipment.
Which is considered by most of us to be the best equipment.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's the best?
I think it's the best. I think it's better than Warhammer.
And Olivier loves it. He loves it.
Well, the other options are Valyrian Shaman.
Alright.
A Valyrian Shaman, which is obviously good. Like
and a green card.
Yeah, to
so
the
Camille will...
he has. Or the Crystal Chart, which is considered to be one of the best uncommons in the set.
As is Viridian Shaman. That's 2 of the best uncommons in the set. So
if he takes Plate, then Camille going to take probably the Crystal Chart.
I think Camille takes Shaman because he wants green, right? Doesn't he fight for green, or do you think he backs out?
Well, the Crystal Chart is a lot better than Shaman.
Ready?
And then Farid is sitting in great shape, I guess. I mean,
Crystal
Shard number 1. So Olivier takes the Crystal Shard. Wow. Camille takes Imperial Plate, and now Viridian Shaman is sitting there ready to create a 4th green mage in the first 5 packs. Farid Marenki took the green card. What on earth?
Well, maybe you're right that Olivier doesn't want to play green. Maybe he's only considering splashing it.
Splashing for the Deconstruct?
Yeah.
But I mean, if Deconstruct plus Viridian Shaman...
Actually, the black card we just saw, the Bloodlet. How's it called?
Bloodletter?
Bloodletter.
Draft again.
That's one of the best black cards possible. But like players try to avoid drafting black.
Right. So AO took that? Was it Paquette?
It was like...
Did it go right after Farid?
Draft.
No.
Or did Turian get it?
Turian get it. Oh.
Oh, so Paquette took a mirror and Turian.
Draft.
Turian took Dengard, signaling white. Who got the Bloodletter? Did it go all the way to Herzog or Fujita maybe? I think Fujita took a spell bomb, so that Bloodletter got all the way to Herzog. We'll get our spotter to try to confirm that. Meanwhile, here is Camille Cornelissen, number 1 seed, finally getting to open his pack. And I believe we know which pack it is. We've got printouts of the packs, obviously. We're trying to make sure we get them synced up with what's actually going on. Yeah, Herzog indeed got that Bloodletter. So, Nico.
So what we got here? We got a Skylander Cup, a Spike Goblin, Vulture Gauntlet, Altar Slide.
The Promise of Power.
And the Promise of Power.
So we'll find out if anybody wants to be black. If that one goes all the way to Nico, oh my god.
Well, it's possible, in fact.
Yeah, there's some pretty good cards here. Spike Shot.
Yeah, like Spike Shot is better. Maybe a Cup. Maybe
Get ready.
Spell Bomb. And like Promise of Power, obviously, is a heavy black
commitment. So Camille took Spike Shot off the top. Green-red is his specialty. Oh, here goes Cub to Merengue in the 5 seed. It's not great news for Turian. Promise of Power goes 3rd. So A. Paquette looking to get into black here. And then what did Mike just take?
Draft.
Altar's Light. Sticking by. And then Fujita goes in for the Shrieker. So black all of a sudden popular. Fujita's thinking about it, Herzog's thinking about it, and A.O. Paquette is thinking about it.
Draft.
Ultra Gauntlet. Pretty late for
again.
Equipment.
It was a good pack. I mean, it was a deep pack.
So now the pack is pretty empty.
So who are the white mages right now are? Is it just Farid and Mike?
Well, it's just not happened a lot of white cards anyway.
That's true. There just haven't been a whole lot of good ones.
Like, what we had overall, like Altar Slide.
Mike got a Dengard.
A Cup. That's not a whole lot.
So here's Farid's pack. Pack number 5 has an Arrest, so he can stay in white with that pick. Shatter.
Oh, he's an interesting card. The really longbow.
Oh, the longbow.
The longbow.
The subject of a lot of controversy and a lot of strategizing around that card. Started out, it was terrible, but all of a sudden this weekend, people just started first picking it. With top 8 on the line, 6 of these 8 players were sitting at a table where longbows went first pick.
Yeah, for example, like a famous question is, do you pick longbow or bone splitter?
Wow. That card has gone up such in stock. People did not used to like that card.
I remember when the set came out, like the card was considered to be playable. Like maybe playable.
Right, exactly.
And now it's considered first pick quality.
Yeah. Farid takes the Arrest, so he wants white.
Draw.
Now, what does A.O. Paquette do?
A shadow.
Shatter. So Turian is in love with this
Oh.
longbow
Draw.
card.
That's
He
a longbow.
loves that card. He's one of the guys
Draw.
who started first picking it first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's the one that sort of the rest of the
Draw.
world in a lot of ways looks to Mike to sort of set strategy. He's usually one of the first guys to figure a format out.
Draw.
And he started singing the praises of the longbow, and by the end of
Draw.
Saturday, by the end of day 2, everyone was along for the ride.
Well, the more interesting fact is
Draw.
like the Swedish players, and the European players consider to be longbow
Draw
really good
again.
too.
Yeah.
So we went into the tournament and thought we had some tech information.
But Mike
Like-
figured it out too.
Draw.
Like Mike figured it out, so the US players, and then surprisingly, my first draft, there's a
Draw.
Japanese player on my table,
Yeah.
and he first picked the longbow too.
Oh wow.
Draw.
I was like, wow, what's going on? Does the entire world know
Draw.
everything about it?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Draw.
Like everybody seems to know about the longbow. I think it's the fact that the motor is so popular.
I'll buy
Like,
that.
like people do a lot of drafts. They lose a lot of longbow matches against the longbow.
All right, well, here's the rookie. A.O. Paquette opens up. There's a Mirror Enforcer, Electrostatic Bolt. What else is going on in this pack? Shrapnel Blast.
One of my favorite uncommons, the Rust Elemental.
The Rust Elemental, is
Yeah.
that good?
It is really good. It's like a really good card.
Some people think he's terrible, some people think he's amazing. It's interesting.
Well, it's funny. He doesn't cost 4 mana. He's like a card for 7 mana, or like
Okay.
8 mana.
Late in the game.
Yeah, late in the game. But he's very fine then. Like especially if you have like 2 or 3 artifact lands.
Sure.
It's like a 4/4/5 for 4. It's like the same power.
Get ready.
Fair enough.
Draw.
So what's A.O.'s pick here?
What do you pick?
Oh, he took the Shrapnel Blast.
Draw.
Yeah.
And then Turian takes Electrostatic Bolt, so a little bit of a red fight there.
Draw.
Mirror Enforcer slides third into Osamu Fujita's deck. It's not bad for third.
Draft.
So the replica, which is considered a colorless card, even it
Draw.
has blue mana in his text.
Yep.
Draft.
Anyway, the red fight. So what is A.O. Paquette drafting?
Draft.
He went red there with his first pick. Turian's in white-red, which is the
Draft.
deck that he loves to draft. I'm not sure he's happy to be fighting for
Draft
red
again.
with A.O. on his right. I'm trying to remember what are the good cards that A.O.'s gotten so far.
Draft.
Do we have a read on his color combination? It's hard to keep
Draft.
track of this stuff. We'll try.
Draft.
He has Shatter and Shrapnel Blast. So
Yeah.
Draft.
Mike will be fighting for red to
Draft.
his right
And
and
draft.
white 2 to his right. Meanwhile, Camille's got the red-green settled in. He's just drafting the late cards. He's got exactly what he wants. Herzog's got that Molder Slug. He hasn't been able to do a lot. He's just been sort of reacting since then. Maybe black, maybe not. We'll see. So here's Turian's pick. Olivier Ruel grimaces. Interesting.
Oh, that's a
What's
card
up?
for Mike. That's a card for Mike.
Which one?
The Mask of Memory.
Oh, wow.
That's the card he wants. It's
Yeah.
like so good in white.
And it's one of the best pieces of equipment straight up in this deck.
Yeah.
A lot of equipment in this pack.
Well,
Kind of
like
gauntlets and a scimitar are
Yeah.
only okay, but yeah, the Mask of Memory is better than Bone Splitter. Oh, there's also Spike Shot Goblin though.
Yeah.
Do you take Spike Shot Goblin or Mask
No,
of
I take
Memory?
the Mask.
You take Mask over
Yeah.
Spike Shot?
Yeah.
Interesting. He's going to create a third red drafter if he does that.
Well,
Do you think is it worth taking the red card just to not create a third red
Get
drafter?
ready. Draft.
oh, he's taking
Oh, he takes Spike Shot. I like that pick. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
I like that pick. I think that like
Draft.
he's already watched A.O. Paquette get into red on his right. Camille is dabbling in red all the way
Yeah.
to the
Draft.
4th seat. So if he creates a red drafter on his left, he's never going to get those berserkers.
Draft.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I like that pick. It's tough though. You're right. I mean, I think
Oh,
Mask
wow.
of Memory might.
Oh, that
have-
was an interesting pick.
What's that?
Roxanne and Punisher over Soul Nova.
Draft.
That's interesting.
Eh,
Like I consider Soul Nova to be really good,
Yeah.
and like the Punisher
Draft.
to be really narrow.
interesting.
It's like a 4 mana guy.
Draft.
He's 2/2.
Soul Nova is a controversial one. Some people don't
Yeah.
like that card at all.
Yeah,
Draft
it's
Like
again.
you've got to leave 5 mana untapped with like 4 cards in your hand, but somehow convince your
Draft.
opponent you don't have anything.
yeah. Well,
Right?
the fun
It's
thing is
hard
that
to play either.
like Soul Nova is pretty similar to the Second Sword, which we
Yeah.
had earlier,
Right.
which
Which was another card
Draft.
that some people actually did not like.
Yeah.
And
Really easy for your opponent to just say, you know what, if you have 5 mana untapped, I'm not going to attack into you.
Yeah, well, the fun thing is like Soul, like Second Sword, if you play it, was not that good. Like draw an extra card is fine,
Right.
but it's not that good. Like with Soul Nova, you get like 2 good cards, equipment and a creature.
Yeah, if you can pull it off again. And in Rochester draft, they know that you have it, so it's even easier
Well,
to play around in
sometimes it
Rochester.
makes good that they know it. Like you can bluff with Soul Nova.
Fair enough. The bluffing ability is nice. Anyway, here's Osamu Fujita's pack. He has
The last pack of the
last
round.
pack of the first round. There's a Bone Splitter, Somber Hoverguard, Deconstruct, solid cards, but nothing
A Gold Mill.
spectacular, right?
And a card
Blitz
I'm thinking
Predator.
which is underdrafted a lot is a Pearl Shard.
Yeah, I like Pearl Shard.
I consider Pearl Shard to be better than the most white commons.
Okay.
It's really good in my opinion.
Well, we'll see if there's another white mage
Yeah.
missing. Fujita is.
Get ready.
He's got a little bit of
Draft.
black. He's been sort of reacting, right?
He's going to take the whole. Oh, he wants the blue.
So he took the Hoverguard.
Draft.
Yeah, he's blue-black. Blue-black affinity. That's a nice deck.
That's it.
Nico takes the deconstruct, so he's in the green. Bone Splitter third has got to make Anton happy.
Draft.
Instead of Dengard to Nico, so there's another white mage.
Draft.
The Goldmill?
Yeah, this mirror are very popular.
Draft.
They start going higher and higher as the draft goes on. Everybody thinks they can get mirrors with like 7th picks, but then as the draft goes on, especially with good players, you start having to pick them 4th and then 2nd, and all of a sudden you're like, please, I need a mirror,
And then you're like happy about an off-color mirror too.
Yeah.
You just want 1 or 2 drop which produce mana.
Yeah, people have started playing, a lot less land than in other formats because they can get, a couple of mirror, maybe a talisman, and all of a sudden you can get away with 15 lands, 14 lands.
14, yeah. I see 14 lands with like 3 colors.
So that was the first set of packs. Everybody's opened 1 pack now. Who do you think's winning? Who's in the best position so far?
It's hard to tell. I mean, like obviously the bomb, in my opinion, is like on Nicolai's side.
Molder Slug. Yeah, that's fair. I think Osamu Fujita is putting together a nice little deck here. He's got a blue-black affinity going on. He hasn't really had to fight. He's been getting past good cards late in packs.
Like Mike seems to have a fine deck. Like
this pack doesn't have a whole lot for Fujita, does it? Oh, he's got a Crystal Shard. Never mind. Crystal Shard's amazing for him. Osamu Fujita's putting together a nice little deck. Now we've got Viridian Shaman that'll get slid to somebody. There's a Bolt and a Rest, Pyrite Spellbomb. So now what happens in Rochester draft is the pack order reverses. So now Mike Turian will be second, and we'll be going counterclockwise for the next 8 packs. So Fujita gets the first pick, Turian gets the second, and it goes around in the opposite direction.
Turian gets a Bolt. That's perfect.
It's better than a Rest.
Ready?
I think so.
I think
it's like cheaper.
Yeah, there's Crystal Shard to Fujita, as we expected.
Oh, he thinks a Rest.
Turian thinks a Rest is better than Bolt. Maybe he's not committed to Rest. He's just got the Spike Shot.
You got a Spike Shot Goblin.
And Paquette takes the Bolt right behind him. Now, Shaman, 4th pick. That's good news for Farid Merengue, and that means he's fighting for green. He's got so many green drafters on that side of the table.
Yeah, a lot of green. I don't think green supports that many people.
I don't either. Camille may be forced to get out of it.
Yeah.
Like, he's put him in the 4. You knew he liked to draft green. You actually thought 4 was a good seat for a green mage. But Nico went green in the 1 seat, Olivier in the 3, Farid in the 5. Camille may have to get out. We'll see if he's got that flexibility.
Yeah, maybe there was a lot of talking before the draft. Like white going to be overdrafted. So many people love to draft white. So people maybe thought some strategy out that they want to be green mage instead.
And then the packs just did not have a lot of good white cards early, so people didn't really commit to white. They have had a lot of green cards early. And all of a sudden, 4 of the first 5 players were green mages.
Excellent pick for
Turian? What's he got?
Shrapnel Blast, if he wants to stay red. Moyok Spy, if he wants to play blue. Sky in the Cup for his white deck. A lot of good choices for him.
Well, we shall see. He's clearly white. Yeah, he's white with a Spike Shot right now, right?
Yeah.
He's looking through his deck, trying to figure out exactly what's going on.
I think now he has to make a statement.
Yeah.
Do I want to be a red mage too?
He's got, Paquette. He also has the Electrostatic Pulse, so he's white-red. He's committed. Even with AO Paquette on his right, drafting it, he's going to fight. With all the artifacts in this block, it's actually okay to fight with your neighbors. It's a lot more acceptable than it was in the previous draft format.
Oh, yeah, the Shrapnel Blast.
Yeah, there's the Shrapnel Blast.
That's the classic white deck with red flash.
Especially as aggressive and beatdown as Mike likes to play his white decks. Cub goes to Merengue. So Farid is green-white.
Yeah, I do like green-white in the format.
Yeah, that used to be a terrible format in other draft formats, but all of a sudden, somehow green is a removal color in this wacky metal world.
Well, one thing is that there aren't many healers, like no prevention effects. That's pretty uncommon, which white-green has a problem dealing with. The only creature who has ability is the Spike Shot Goblin.
Right. But then green is so big that you can sometimes just overrun it.
Draft.
The leveler.
Draft.
Take the rare.
Draft.
Rare
And
draft.
Oh.
Yeah, well, in M15.
It's not that bad.
No, it's not. It really isn't. Alright, AO Paquette opens up his pack. He's red. Do we know what he's black-red. Oh, right, he had the Promise of Power and the 2 Leaden Mirrors, so.
What we got here? Longbow, the second one, Forecast, Cobra Golem, Berserker, Transfixer, Consume Spirit, Pearl Shot, and the giant Trolls of Tal'Jahid.
What's the pick?
Maybe the Consume Spirit. He's like Promise of Power, Consume Spirit.
Yeah, Consume Spirit is one of those cards, if you have the right deck for it, it's the first pick, but you can also get them 11th.
Yeah, well, but he's already committed to Blade Heavy. If you want to
with
put him
Promise of Power,
yeah,
that's the card, and there you go, Consume Spirit. So pretty smart drafting from Paquette.
And the Longbow.
Longbow goes second.
Draft.
So I'll buy that.
The Cobalt Golem.
Cobalt Golem.
Draft.
Camille. Interesting. Thought cast.
And there's a lot of fighting
Draft.
going on between those two. It's like Olivier again. It's like
Draft.
it's Team Camille wants to wait, but Olivier's catching him up.
Did Anton
Draft.
take the Berserker? Is that what happened?
Draft.
So Anton Janssen has the Berserker. So Anton
Draft
is
again.
what? Is he blue-red? Is that what's
Or
going on?
Mike grabbed the Pearl Shot. That was a
Wow, first
Draft.
one, 8?
yeah.
That's not bad.
Draft.
Mike must be happy about that. I really do
Draft.
like Mike's deck so far.
Draft. Draft. And draft.
So what is Anton Janssen in? He's the guy we were talking about coming into this draft. The guy with the most experience, the guy that we thought had the best chance to win. What has he actually accumulated? He's been sitting in the 2 seed, or 3 seed. It's a good seat, but he's been really quiet. Or 2 seed.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, here's Farid Merengue's second pack.
The White Sliss. Ogre Leadfoot. Fangren Hunter.
Not a whole lot.
No, not a whole lot. That's an interesting card, me. Rare card, the
He's
mistake
been
off.
green-white, so that's Slith Ascendant. It's pretty good for him.
Yeah, that's a fine card.
That's a solid first pick, and then the...
Maybe Fangren Hunter's even
now
better.
we'll find out where the green mage... Well, he's... Oh,
Get
yeah,
ready.
so for green-white, you take Fangren Hunter or
Draft.
Slith Ascendant? He takes Slith
Yeah.
Ascendant, and then let the green fight
Draft.
begin. Camille says no. He's
Yeah.
not green. He's been forced to
Yeah.
abandon his
Draft.
strategy, and now Olivier gets in. So Camille has
Draft.
definitely abandoned green.
Draft.
Olivier Ruel forced him out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Draft.
Well, he's sitting in front of him. It's easy to force somebody
No,
out.
it's hard to
Yeah.
fight the guy on
Draft.
your right. Well, Ao Paquette failed to force Mike Turian out of red.
Draft.
It's interesting though. Maybe red's a lot easier to splash. It's
Yeah,
a lot
well,
easier to pick up
red,
just a
Draft
couple.
again.
It's like three overcommons, like the
Right.
Bolt, the Shatter, and the Spectre Goblin.
Draft.
Right.
Which
Whereas
all
green, you get like Fangren Hunter,
Yeah.
which is double
Draft.
green. It's a lot harder to splash green. I'll buy that. That makes sense.
Draft.
I can't even figure out what colors Camille is then. He
Draft.
keeps drafting artifacts. It seems like
Draft.
every
Yeah.
time I look,
And
he's drafting a Cobalt Golem.
Sorry, right.
Well, he gets to open his second pack now. He's got to be hoping for a bomb. His
Oh,
draft has not been particularly memorable so far.
the Mirror Force again. Goblin Replica. Lightning Grief. I'm curious what he's going to take. It's probably the Enforcer.
Well, there's
Oh,
a
the Petrol.
there's a patrol.
Oh.
He's white. Who's the other? He's
Like the Petrol gained a lot of weight during this tournament too.
yeah.
Like first
He's
going into
very
the tournament, it was like the white comment I think was like Arrest, Beam, then Petrol,
Mm-hmm.
and now people consider to be Petrol the card with the most impact. Like I heard a lot of people who draft Petrol over Arrest.
Wow.
It's like when people say like Petrol has the most impact if you play it.
Get ready.
Okay.
Because it's like a
Draft.
two power first leg with 3 toughness.
Lightning
Draft.
Freeze is the pick, and then Ruel follows up with
Draft.
Patrol.
So
Johnson
Ruel,
gets a Mirror Enforcer second.
so
pick.
Ruel is like blue
Draft.
Ruel is green-white.
and a Crystal Shard too.
No, that's
Draft.
That's Antoine, no?
Anton has the Crystal Shard, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
Draft.
Second
So,
pick.
so he's
Anton is.
green, white, Crystal Shard.
I
Draft.
believe Ruel is green-white, and Janssen is the Crystal Shard, right? Anton
Draft.
in the 2C. Maybe our spotter can help us clarify here. I believe Anton got the Crystal Shard
Draft again.
Oh, yeah,
in the
true,
second
true.
seat. So he's probably drafting Affinity. I think you've got blue Affinity
Draft.
players sitting in seat 2 and seat 8.
Yeah.
Fujita and Janssen,
Draft.
I believe, have gone with the Affinity strategy.
Draft. Draft.
Anton has pretty much all artifacts
Draft.
and a couple
yeah,
red
I
cards.
started with Mirror Enforcer. No, Mirror Enforcer Platinum Ranger.
He's got multi. Yeah, he went Mirror Enforcer Platinum, right? Who got the Crystal Shard?
It must be Antoine. It's Antoine. Mirror Enforcer Platinum Angel.
I don't know if our spotter remembers the Crystal Shard. Track it down. All right, well, here's Olivier's pack. Olivier is green-white. He forced Camille out of green. He got into it. Does he get paid off?
And now he's open bomb.
What's he got? Oh,
The
Megatalk.
Megatalk.
Wow, that is a giant red man. But
Are you red or are you not red?
he's not currently red. He's green-white.
That's the question you ask him himself.
It's decision time. Terror's also a good card for
Yeah.
somebody. He can take Archers.
Archers.
That's
maybe
a
the-
decent red card.
Maybe the Myrrh.
Antoine does have the Crystal Shard, so Anton Janssen is blue Affinity.
Get ready.
He's-
Draft.
Olivier Ruel, my spotters. messing
Draft.
me up. Crystal Shard. So Ruel has Crystal Shard, and well, what did he take here?
I didn't
Draft.
see it. Oh.
I'm sorry, Paul. What was the?
Who took the Megatalk?
Draft.
So Anton Janssen got the Megatalk. He is blue-red and in great shape.
Draft.
Olivier Ruel took the Archers.
Oh, no, that's a good deck. I like blue-red Affinity a lot.
Draft.
Yeah, Anton Janssen Well, I mean, this is kind of what happened to Rochester,
Draft.
right? He was kind of forgettable. He had the 2 pick. He got those good cards off the
Draft.
beginning, and then the draft kind of went away from him. He wasn't getting any really early picks. Now the
Draft
direction
again.
changed. All of a sudden, he's built a really fine blue-red deck out of these last couple
Draft.
of picks.
Yeah.
He's blue-red affinity. He's got multiple mirror enforcers. He's got that platinum angel.
Draft.
Megatog.
Megatog is a fine.
Yeah.
Draft. Draft. And draft.
Yeah, I think that crystal shard is just going to live in Olivier Rouel's sideboard. Maybe he'll wind up splashing for it, but he's been mostly green and white. So here's Anton Janssen.
So now I'm really curious what's going to happen.
What are his choices?
Like, it's
Oh my, he's got a
and a
Penibus.
Penibus. And
Penibus is easy,
And
right?
an icy... No.
Oh, Icy Manipulator?
Yeah. I
That's
personally
interesting.
I take them the icy.
You take Icy over
Yeah,
Penibus?
I'm a huge fan of the icy and then format with equipment. Like
You know who's happiest about this pack? Nico Herzog.
yeah,
Nico
obviously.
gets the other one,
yeah.
like second pick, and he gets either an Icy or a
Like Nico
Penibus.
doesn't care. I take
No,
the
yeah, he'll
Nico
take
there.
either of them, right?
Yeah.
His deck, he's gotten some good packs. The packs are really
I'm
favorite.
curious what Anton's going to pick. Like Penibus is really expensive. I mean, it's really good if you card it out and untap.
Right.
Get ready.
But Icy's a lot cheaper and a lot
Yeah.
more, a
Draft.
lot easier to use. He takes
Take
Penibus. So Nico Herzog,
Draft.
second pick Icy Manipulator.
Wow.
And now we go to Fujita.
Draft.
Well, on the other hand, like Nico tries to avoid
Sucking
Draft.
down the black.
drafting artifacts with the molder stuck in your deck. You try to avoid
Draft.
drafting artifacts.
Interesting. You can't turn down Icy Manipulator.
No, not at all.
Draft.
But like artifacts lands or...
No, it's a good point though. You're
Yeah.
right. He's got a Molder Slug
Draft.
deck, but he's also got an Icy Manipulator. His 2 best cards do not play nice together.
Draft.
Meanwhile, Fujita quietly
Draft
getting
again.
black cards. There's not a lot of competition for black yet.
No.
So
Draft.
he's been able to get a lot of. Just,
Like artifact lands do tend to go really
Draft.
late. It's like 11th pick artifact land. That's really rare too.
yeah.
Draft. 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 And
All right,
draft.
pack number 16. Nico Herzog got that Molder Slug, and he hasn't opened a pack since. But now we'll find out what else he gets.
Yeah, just continue.
What you got?
Here's the Charbelcher.
A bolt, the spellbomb.
All right, Spellbomb, Electrostatic Bolt, but he's green. Does he really have a second color yet?
No. He can't be happy about that.
Wall of Blood.
Take the bolt, pick the talisman.
First pick Talisman or Mirror?
No, but then a talisman with a molder slug.
No, that's not the right answer.
That ain't that great either.
Gee, Nico pointed at the Charbelcher and looked at Turian. Herzog actually beat Mike with a very lucky Charbelcher. He killed a 2 toughness creature, then killed a 3 toughness creature before he missed a single
really?
time. Yeah, it single-handedly clinched top 8 for Nico, beating Mike Turian. It was really... Mike was not happy. It was a very lucky play by Nico. Nico got the Charbelcher, and most players consider it kind of borderline play. So Bolt, Nico Herzog takes the Bolt. He's looking at green red.
That's the classic we talked about, like the 3 overcommons of red. Like everybody is taking them.
Yeah, and Fujita takes a Mirror. Turian takes Bullshot Gauntlets third over Pyrite Spellbomb. Is that right?
Draft.
Well...
And then the Spellbomb goes to Ao Paquette. He's got to be happy. I'm
Draft.
surprised.
What does Mike have? A Dengar and the cup?
Yeah, he's got at least a Dengard.
Draft.
Maybe he needs the equipment. He needs real equipment. With
Yeah,
his white guys.
all the white guys are pretty
Draft.
weak without equipment.
Fair. Just interesting. I always thought Pyrite Spellbomb. I mean, it's
Draft.
shock, right? Isn't that
Well, it's
great?
expensive shock. It's a 2 mana shock.
But
It's really
you can
expensive.
cycle it if you need to.
Draft.
Yeah, but
It's like cycling shock.
but that's expensive too.
Wall of Blood just went really late right there.
Draft.
Wall of Blood's a great card, isn't it?
Which one?
Wall of Blood.
It's
Draft.
fine.
It totally shuts down a ground attack.
Yeah, well, it's fine.
Draft.
It's
All
got-
right,
it's
maybe
got
that's not late. I thought Wall of Blood was a really
It's got a
good
nice
card.
combo, like
Draft.
the Channel Fireball combo
Draft.
with like grab the
And-
reins.
I guess. I just think
Going that
just
way now?
playing it on turn 3 totally shuts your opponent down. All right. Well, Nico Herzog. Now we switch directions again. This is the third set of packs, so this is the 17th pack of the tournament, and Nico opens up. What's he got? A Custodian,
And Norok Spy.
Predator Strike.
Oh, he's unhappy.
Predator Strike's okay, right?
I think he's taking the Custodian.
You think Custodian's better than Predator Strike?
Well, it's a fine guy, and he needs a buddy. Oh, then again, his Molder Slug.
Yeah, I think you take Predator Strike.
Yeah, maybe.
He's got because of the Molder Slug. I think that definitely puts Predator Strike over the top. I think it's close anyway.
Yeah, well, it's fine.
Predator Strike's
Ready?
really good. I mean, it
Draft.
seems like it's better in this format than Giant Cross normally are. And Herzog seems to agree with me. He takes the
And
Predator Strike.
Andres
Draft.
happy with.
Yeah, Custodian. Oh, he took Nurok spot.
Yeah, that's fine too.
By the
Draft.
way, and Custodian third for
Yeah.
Olivier Rouel. Now the pack's a little drier.
Draft.
Yeah.
Camille takes, is that Spellbomb?
Draft.
And then Yoshin Soldier.
The Mauler Shield
Draft.
is playable.
Is that Nim Shrieker going to go? Oh, Nim Shrieker goes to Paquette. That's not bad.
Draft.
I mean, six pick Nim Shrieker if you're
Yeah.
putting the black deck
Draft.
together.
Like against black deck, you could sideboard the Mauler Shield if you
Draft
open
again.
it as like 3 drain
Vegeta
lights.
declines well as a Nim. He
Draft.
could have wheeled it there, and he just didn't want to. It's interesting. I think that card's decent.
Yeah, it's fine.
Draft.
It's good against the strategy than just commonly.
You don't always start at main,
Yeah.
but it's really nice to just have it in the sideboard.
Yeah,
bring it
against
in
the white
with-
deck, against like
Draft.
raise the alarm tokens
Right.
or elders.
There's so many Raise the
Yeah.
Alarm tokens. Haven't seen a lot of Raise the Alarms this draft.
No, single one, in
I
fact.
can't remember one. We might have missed one. So here's Anton Janssen, his first pick.
So what's the opening for him? The Spike Shot Goblin, the Chosen, Dengard,
Black Shot Goblin doesn't really fit the blue-black affinity deck.
Forecast.
Oh, my bad. He's blue-red affinity. Spike Shot Goblin is perfect.
Oh yeah.
So he'll get a Spike Shot. Anton
Spike Shot.
Janssen
Oh,
going to have the tools he needs to make a run at this. Relic Banes.
And the giant Goblin Flyer.
Haha, the dirigible.
Yeah. I mean, it's a decent card, but if you open it as a Transfixer,
Yeah.
it's really bad.
Yeah.
Get ready.
It costs like 4
Draft.
upkeep then.
All right, well, there's the Spike
Spike
Shot Goblin
Shot.
to Anton Janssen, just as we expected.
Draft.
And
Dengard goes into the green-white deck that Olivier Rouault
Draft.
put together. Pretty nice deck. Dirigible third for Camille. Camille's draft
Draft.
has not worked out. Nothing. He hasn't
No.
been given a color. He hasn't been given a
Draft.
bomb. The hometown crowd may not have their boy to cheer for
Draft.
that long. We'll see how it goes.
Draft.
So whose deck do you like right now?
I like Mike's deck. I think
Draft.
Anton has a
Anton.
good deck. Like the two favorites of us, of mine.
Draft again.
They will not meet till the final.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be the final. Could be Turian Janssen.
Like the Relic Bane is a
Draft.
really good card who drafts in pretty late too.
Paquette has acquitted
Draft.
himself well,
Yeah.
I think. He's got a solid deck. I think Fujita has a solid
Draft.
deck. Nico's got a couple of bombs.
Draft.
Yeah.
Olivier has a good deck.
Draft.
I think
And
almost
draft.
everybody has good decks except Camille.
Could you please?
Really,
make me
Camille's
laugh?
is the only
Keep the
player that
class
has,
part of
I
it.
think, had a bad draft.
While they're drafting.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it's his fault. I mean, I know
Yeah,
it was
while the
forced
package
audible when
drafted.
Olivier jumped into green right in front of him.
And now we got a
He's about
giant,
the only one who's had a draft go badly, I think.
a giant monsters coming up.
Oh yeah, what's in this pack?
A plate of Slackworm. Oh yeah,
Big.
yeah. The plate of Slackworm, the Serum Tank, which I love.
Serum Tank's good. Some people used to think it's too slow, but I watched it all weekend.
Yeah,
Enjoy
it's
people.
pretty fun.
These
This is-
games go slow.
this
You
is a
have
slow
time.
format.
Yeah, you have time to milk
Yeah.
it for card advantage. Slug Firewalker can be good.
Oh, he can be awesome.
So
Like
what-
if you go in first and then play second turn, it's nuts.
Yeah. So what's your pick here? Slagworm?
Slackworm. I like the Slackworm.
And then what does Camille get to do?
Get ready.
Serum Tank,
All right.
which is
Draft.
fine.
Yeah, that pick actually works out. And then
Draft.
Need-
Oh, he took the replica.
really?
Draft.
That's interesting.
And then a mirror goes to Farid. Is that Slug Firewalker going to go all the way to
Draft.
Paquette?
Maybe. No, it's
No,
Mike.
he took Serum Tank.
Draft.
So
This is Mike.
wow, Turian gets the Firewalker.
Yeah.
How did that
Draft.
Serum Tank go through Cornelison and Merengue?
Yeah, that seems to be wrong to
Draft.
confuse. I really like to play Serum Tank.
Yeah, I
Draft.
thought they would take the Serum Tank. It worked out spectacularly for Turian. though,
Yeah,
because
Draft
exactly.
again.
AO Paquette thought he was going to get Slug Firewalker, but all of a sudden Serum Tank is still on the
Draft.
table. Grabs the Serum Tank, and then the Firewalker goes all the way to Mike. It is double
Draft.
red. I think he's mostly white with a splash of red. So
Mike gets the
Draft.
Elder back. Oh, that's good. I like the Elder a lot.
Draft.
I think Mike
And
loves it too.
yeah, but is it a little one-mana dork? Mike probably loves it.
So what we got next pick?
Camille, last chance. He needs some help.
Does he get it? No.
Liar's Pendulum is his rare. There's a Skeleton Shard. Dengard Deconstruct.
The Pendulum is actually fun to play. And it's fun to play too.
I like it. I think it's
Yeah.
actually decent.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's not. I mean, it's not. The bomb that's gonna do. I mean,
Yeah, no, obviously. But it's fun, like interesting, like every like artifact that draws you a card is good in the format.
sure.
Camille's not gonna be happy about that.
Get ready.
Skeleton Shard.
Draft.
Deconstruct.
He takes
Just
Deconstruct.
deconstruct.
So he's still in green.
Yeah.
After all
Draft.
that, he's back in.
Well, he has
Reed
a-
takes the Dengard, so
He
he's
has an archer and then
Draft.
deconstruct the splash.
yeah. What was
Draft.
that third?
The Pendulum to Mike.
Draft.
No, Shambler went third.
And the Skeleton
Draft.
Shard
Red black.
to Vegeta.
Vegeta, that's solid.
Yeah,
That
that's
Draft.
that's solid. Under Big Nut
Draft.
lands, which is pretty good.
So the way these first round matchups work out,
Draft again.
Farid Merengue takes on Nicolai Herzog. How do you think that one's shaping up?
Farid
Draft.
has a good deck, oh.
Farid's got the solid,
the white
solid
deck.
green-white.
Yeah.
Herzog's got green-red with a Mulder's Club.
Draft.
Who's your pick?
Yeah.
Draft.
I pick Nicolai, I think.
Draft.
Nicolai?
And
Well,
draft.
we'll see if Farid's about to open a pack. We'll see if that changes
I mean,
anything.
Mulder's like so insane.
Here is Merengue's pack. Spike shot. Goes to Paquette, maybe, or is he going to splash for it?
A spike shot, a terror, arrest. Oh, and
Domineer and Solemn Simulacrum.
yeah. Domineer is actually pretty weak in the format. It's pretty interesting. It looks like an awesome power card, like control magic for artifact creatures.
Uh-huh.
But in fact, like what you do get is a merc.
Oh, there's a Blinding Beam, too. That's the first Blinding Beam we've seen.
Yeah.
Very important card for
I'm
White
curious what he's picking. Is he picking
What do you
arrest? I pick blinding beam.
You play Blinding Beam?
Yeah, I want one blinding beam in my deck.
Get ready.
Makes sense.
But there's a lot of spike shot goblin action going on.
He takes a rest. So,
Draft.
looks like Paquette will get a Spike Shot second, and then Turian gets a
He's a
Blinding Beam
Blinding
third.
Oh,
This pack was
Tur-
very good for the two of them.
Turian is happy.
He
Draft.
probably would rather have had the Spike Shot, but
Yeah, well.
third pick Blinding Beam is excellent.
Draft.
A.O. Paquette also. So, how about that matchup? A.O. Paquette versus Anton Janssen.
Draft.
The rookie versus the favorite.
I'm voting for Anton.
For Anton?
Draft.
I think A.O.'s got an excellent deck.
Well,
He's drafted well, but so
Draft.
does Anton. So.
yeah. The Domineer at 8 pick Domineer.
Draft
What's up
again.
with the Terror?
Oh, he wants the terror.
Is it still there?
It's gone now.
Draft.
Osama took Rustspore Ram over it. And then Nicolai took Solemn
Draft.
Simulacrum. So, yeah, Terror.
Which is both fine.
Draft.
Is that Camille got the Terror?
Draft. Draft.
He's just going to, like, shuffle up all his best cards.
yeah.
5 colors of mana and see what happens. Alright, A.O. Paquette. Been fighting with Turian for red. Put together a fine deck, but he's facing off against Anton Janssen.
Oh, a bomb. Grab the reins.
Hello. Grab the reins. Is that the best uncommon?
Oh yes. It's
I'm not even close.
No, it's nuts. It's like 2 for 1.
And there's an electrostatic bolt
Yeah.
and an arrest. Definitely some sauce in this pack.
Farid's deck going to be really good.
Well, Farid gets 8th out of this. It's Turian who picks next.
Oh.
Yeah, this is Aoka Paquette.
Oh, really?
So he takes Grab the Reins, and then Turian takes either a Arrest or
So
electrostatic bolt.
Well, he took the
Get ready.
rest before over the bolt.
Draft.
Yeah, he seems to like Arrest better. We'll find out if he sticks to his guns.
Draft.
Yes,
He does.
he likes Arrest better than electrostatic bolt.
Draft.
Now what? Osamu Fujita gets a mirror. That's solid for the blue
Draft.
Affinity.
And
Nico
the bolt.
Herzog with the bolt. That's a fine
Draft.
pick.
The
Mirror goes to Janssen. Happy to get
Draft.
the off-color mirror.
Oh, Camille takes a gauntlet.
No, that's
Draft.
Oh, Oliver.
Camille gets a land. Camille's
Draft.
a good card. Come on. You've seen how this
Yeah.
draft goes.
Draft again.
Another pack is empty.
So you still got Janssen over Paquette in that match?
Draft.
How about Camille Cornelison versus Osamu Fujita?
Oh, Summer
Draft.
definitely up.
I think I agree. And then Olivier
Draft.
Ruel v Turian.
Draft.
Oh, I love Turian's deck.
Draft.
So you've got Turian v Herzog for the 4th time this weekend? Those
Yeah.
two were battling all day yesterday. It seems like every table
Come on, well, what's
they
the
got
score
paired
between
against
the
each
two?
other. I believe that Nico was up 101.
Oh,
I know they played twice.
101?
Well, they had an unintentional draw. They battled for an hour in round 12, and then just ran out of time. Mike was at 1 life, but with board advantage when they ran out of time. So I think both players were okay with the draw because like Turian was winning at the end, but Turian was almost dead so many times. That... Anyway, here's Turian's pack. What's he got?
What do you got? A Shatter? A Bone Splitter?
Shatter or Bone Splitter?
A Longbow?
Or Longbow.
Hmm?
Interesting.
Let's go me a Shatter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah, do that.
Hover Guard will go to Fujita,
Yeah.
I think.
Huh?
It's, Mountain.
Let's Shatter. Mike's not pick a Shatter.
You think?
5 more
and then
seconds.
Does Fujita take Hover Guard or Bone Splitter? Or Longbow?
Get ready.
It's a good pack, deep pack.
Yeah.
We'll
Draft.
run out about the time we get to Camille. Yeah,
That's
Mike
it.
takes Shatter, just as you expected.
Draft.
And there goes.
Osama takes the Hover Guard. Yeah, I think that's the right pick for the Blue
Yeah.
Black Affinity.
Draft.
Nico gets a mirror. Really? In the Molder Slug deck,
Draft.
you take a mirror over
Well,
Bone Splitter?
He's obviously out of features.
Wow, that's bizarre.
Yeah.
What did
Draft.
Anton take?
Oh, the Longbow's still in.
How is the Longbow still in this? Anton
Draft.
took Thirst for Knowledge over both of the equipment, and somehow that Longbow goes all the way to
Draft.
Camille. Thirst for Knowledge
Draft.
over Bone
Whoa,
Splitter
whoa, whoa.
and Longbow?
Yeah, well, if like Thirst,
You're playing Affinity. He is
Draft
playing
again.
Affinity.
Yeah.
But still.
I would take Splitter. I think Splitter's really
Draft.
good in Red Blue Affinity. Like, he has Spike Shot Goblins too. That's
Draft.
strange.
That's insane.
That's strange of Anton.
Draft.
It's hard to question the man. He's drafted this
Draft.
format more times than anybody
Draft.
else on the planet.
And
So
draft.
hard to question him a lot. And the last pack, the very last pack, opened by Osamu Fujita, has yet another Spike Shot Goblin. That's a lot of them.
Oh, that's a good pick. Terror,
And there's a Terror for him, so that
There is.
Spike Shot will go to what, Nicolai?
Creeping Mold, and the Lonesome Mirror,
Oh, Lodestone Mirrors.
and the Swordsmith. That's a good
The
pick.
giant man. Wow.
That's
All
a
of
good
a
pick.
sudden, yeah. The,
Creeping Mold. Even the Farsight Mask is playable good.
It's like everybody but Mike and Ao seems to get a good card out of this. So if you're Fujita, you take the Terror,
Oh, yes.
and then Nicolai takes Goblin, right?
Yeah.
Better than, and then Lodestone Mirror sitting there for Anton.
For Anton, which is fine in the blue, but the blue red
Yeah,
affinity
he's
deck.
Affinity. If he's, I haven't been able to
Get
keep
ready.
track of all the artifact
Yeah.
lands, but if he's got the artifact land,
Then the
one
rest.
normally gets in that pack.
And the Creeping Mold.
Oh, Lodestone Mirror goes
Draft.
first, not Terror. Oh, so Fujita thinks the Lodestone Mirror is the right pick.
Draft.
Nico still takes the Spike Shot Goblin, and Terror goes to Anton.
Draft.
And rest for Olivier.
Anton was
Draft.
blue-red Affinity, right? Is he going to get into black a little bit? I guess so. He didn't really have a lot of
Draft.
colored cards, so I guess he can get away
Oh.
with that.
Creeping Mold.
Draft.
Is Mike gonna get the Swordsmith, or Mike is happy? The Swordsmith.
Draft.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good card for him.
He brings the bow with him.
Draft again.
True.
Draft.
Well, that's the Rochester draft.
And the Farsight Mask.
Draft.
Oh, turn to dust.
What's going to happen now is that these players are going to take a break.
Draft.
They're going to go build their decks, and then we'll be back in about half an
Draft.
hour, 45 minutes with
Draft.
quarterfinal coverage.
And draft.
So it'll be Marco and I bringing you the quarterfinals. We've enjoyed bringing
gentlemen,
you the draft,
Put your cards.
and we hope you'll tune
face
in
down
in
in
another
front of
half an hour. We will be back with quarterfinal coverage in about half an hour. So see you then.
Okay. It's all good. Okay, follow me, please. Take your stuff. Yeah, you get water.